welcome to another episode of To Be Frank. Oh, yeah, we'll do it again. Hey, welcome to another episode of To Be Frank. My name is Frank Castillo. I am here with Josh Galvaza and LeMaire. Oh my God, I just forgot your last name. LeMaire
Lee.
Lee. Wow, that was a terrible fucking last name to forget. LeMaire Lee. I was so focused on making sure I nailed your first name. I was just like, what was it?
It's
fuck.
a trick.
Dude, I did that on stage the other day at the Dead Rabbit. You were there, right? With it was with Joshua
Francis.
Joshua Francis. We met a few times. Very nice guy. And I'm about to go up, and no one, I guess everyone was kind of running late.
Yeah.
So he kind of, fucking Joey looks at me and he's like, I'm like, who am I bringing up? And he points at Josh, and I look, and it's like dark, so I can't see who it is.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I just see a white guy, and I'm like, fuck. And then I just shrug my shoulders.
Yeah, a guy that looks like white paint.
Yeah. A little
He's
speck
a
of red.
redhead.
Yeah. Just the Japanese flag. I felt so fucking bad. And then I go up and I'm like, all right. My immediate out is always just blaming that I'm too high and that that I forgot everyone's names. And then I go, what's your last name? And I always do this because it's easier to get them talking. I go, what's your last name? And he says it. And I go, cool. And then I wait a second and I go, what's your first name? And it usually gets a very big pop. And then I always apologize profusely and then never forget their names after that. That's how I remember Jack Timmons' names. I fucking
Tim Timmons.
I had to bring him up at the Dead Rabbit again, and I was like, fuck, because I remembered Timmons.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like, Timmons, yeah. And then I was like, give it up for Tim Timmons. And I was like, Tim Timmons?
That's a better name.
That's like a poet. That's like a, isn't that like a poem?
Tim Timmons?
That's South Park.
Yeah. His dad was named Tim Timmons, so it was pretty cool.
He wishes he was a junior.
Yeah.
That's funny though, because both of those guys, you really hurt their feelings.
Really? You think so?
They're that type of guy that they will carry that for months. And every time you talk to them, like, remember when you forgot my name?
But it's also like, it was so funny too, because I kind of got that too when Timmons was like, how'd you forget? Well, dude, we've hung out so many times. Like we do Banana Phone together, and I'm like, I have to remember so many people's names. I'm so sorry. And you're such a nice, funny guy. And I'm like, I'm so my bad, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Josh, whatever the fuck. But no, I'm just fucking Josh is not. Josh is also so cool and sweet.
I've been trying to get better with names, but like now I like don't know last names. Like yeah. So like I go to everyone, I'm like, hello. We're friends. What's your actual last name now? Like,
so I usually try to remember last names because I was always a last name guy. Where it's also just kind of fun to shout someone's last name too, because it's also, I don't know. This is probably me being high and dumb, but it also feels like what's it called? Like not royalty, but like
respect
and elegant. You know what I mean?
Elegant.
You're calling them the family's name. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's also like, I don't know. I feel like. This is a dumb rationalization. I feel like last names are easier to remember than first names.
They're usually more unique.
Yeah, right? Is that? All right, thank God for validating that. Because I was also just like, well, what's wrong with just memorizing the first name?
Unless you're black. Then your last name's Matt Regular and your first name's very unique.
Really? Is that a thing?
Dude, yeah. LeMaire Lee, dude. Cool.
Oh, yeah, that's so fun. Are there any other examples that you know?
I'm trying to figure out Unique Jones.
Oh,
that's a lady from middle
name?
school. Yeah, Unique Jones. Yeah.
Oh my God, I never had a lot of because I grew up in Bay Area, so it was a good mix. I had a lot more Asian kids in my school, so like we had 6 pages of new wins.
Dude, that must have been bad. I don't know what it's like to grow up around Asian people. Honestly,
really, where'd you grow
up? Detroit and Philadelphia. Oh, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So it's always been white people or black people.
See, that's always interesting because that's also the
American binary.
That real shit. Yeah. So yeah, I grew up near the sea, so it was like you get a lot of port people. You know what I mean? Port people. People that Trev, you get a lot of mix. So it was like I grew up with like Asians, black people, white people were kind of the minority when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And in that kind of sense, like they were around. You know?
grew up with the actual mixing pot of America.
Yeah, it was fucking nuts. And then when
cast iron people are pissed.
Yeah, the Castillos. I'm married to a cast iron. And then no. And then I went to Temecula, which is where I met my wife, and that's where I was like I was like one of 10 Mexicans.
Where's Temecula?
It's like above San Diego, kind of like inland more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. I just didn't know if where.
What'd you hear of it?
Like on TV, like people always say, I'm going to Temecula. But like,
is that the? And it's so funny that people do that too, because Temecula is like, I describe it as if a mall built a suburb. It very like it feels like you could go and there's like a Sbarro on
you know
the
which
side.
places like that? West Nyack, New York is just one big mall.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but it's like very safe. Like I remember growing up there was like one homeless person.
Yeah, where
in Temecula.
Really?
Yeah, and everyone knew who she was. It was just like they knew her whole story.
We got to take care of our community homeless lady.
No, they fucking hated that lady. And it was one homeless lady who didn't bug anyone.
Yeah,
fucking nuts. But so when did you like first meet other like non-white or black people?
My first Asian. Let me think. There was this girl, and I worked at a Burger King.
You look exactly like the kind of guy that works at a Burger King.
For 4 years, brother. I worked at a Burger King through college.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and that sucked. It sucked so hard.
I used to work at Starbucks, but fast food's like, I think fast food workers, it's like, that shit's like first responders. Like, that, it's a whole different, dude, you served your time. Like, that's just wild.
Yeah, Burger King, 2012. Westchester Division.
You're like, I lived through the fucking, what was the crazy special they had? Some kind of fucking.
Oh, yeah, dude, I lived through the Whopper Wednesdays. 2-for-1 Whoppers. It was crazy. Yeah. Wait, what was the question before that?
Oh, we're talking about the first time you like kind of like met an Asian person.
Her name was Tara. She's really hot now. That was her. She was my first Asian. No, Alex. Straight up Alex from college. She was my roommate, my brother's roommate. And that was my first Asian, Alex. I still have his phone number.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Isn't it always great? Isn't it always like wild? Like, and you see
he introduced me in a Street Fighter. And that changed my fucking life, dude. All right.
No. That's what I'm saying. It's like, so I want to hear about that, but I was just saying, it's like when you do meet someone of a different like culture, or especially it's like a teenager or like a kid, and then they introduce you to something completely new, like Street Fighter. So what was that like? Like first time ever seeing Street Fighter?
I didn't know, like, because I saw them playing, and I was like, I want to play. Because I used to play fighting games with my brother, but like we would just play like base level, and then these guys were playing like at the next level, and I was like, I didn't know you could play like that. You know?
Yeah. Do they have the fucking stick and
a couple guys had a stick, but most of the guys are just playing pad. And you're from NorthCal.
Yeah,
dude, NorCal is pretty good in fighting games. That's probably one of the biggest fighting game places in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know?
I do. So when I went to Southern California, though, everyone played Smash and God, what was it? It was Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur, I couldn't get into it. I was just I'd get fucking juggled like crazy. And then Smash, though, that was when I was like, that's when I felt like I was like accepted by the whites. Yeah. Because I was like in Temecula, they taught me how to play Smash, and I was like pretty good with Link, and I was just like, oh, they like me.
Dude, you had a nasty wave dash combo.
Oh, bro, come on, dog. And
you play Smash Brothers, it gives you your hands like this.
Oh,
You get good at Smash, your hands are like this.
It's like the cauliflower ear for MMA. You're like, oh shit, that dude fucking, who's his main? I still have friends from high school who like, I'm in a Discord with all of them, and they literally like, I literally just am in this Discord to watch them talk about Smash, and they literally will post, they'll be like, I just got off work, here's a YouTube video of like the frames by second of each attack versus like this dude, and then like positioning and placements, and it's too much for me.
Dude, there's so much data out there for fighting games now, especially because like before you used to remember when nobody knew how to do the get over here, you know, and then one of your family members figured it out, and they kept it like a secret.
Oh,
they're like, you're never gonna learn how to get over here. Yeah.
Absolutely. I love how you're like, they found it out. You mean they read the instruction manual and the move list that's right there?
Nobody reads the instruction manual, dude.
Also, we couldn't read. So but no, for real, I remember it was, I think it was Tekken.
Yeah.
And I was the only one that there was like an unbeatable punch that the guy
Paul Phoenix, he goes,
yeah.
And it just destroys your life.
It takes the whole bar. And then I had figured out how to do that, and none of my cousins knew how to counter it. And it's like, if you know how to counter it, it's very easy.
It's just a sidestep.
It's just a side, And they had no idea how to counter it. Dog, I was destroying so hard for so long. My cousin complained to my aunt and she came in and was like, "You can't use that character anymore." And I was like, "What the fuck? Like, how you gonna fucking snitch like that, dog? I was winning."
Yeah, dude, get good. Don't be a bitch.
Yeah, dude, you had to fucking go up and above and grab the other character. The mystery character was just your aunt with rules.
Yeah, the true ogre.
Oh my god. So you just moved here?
Yeah.
So
like
how's
about a year ago now.
how's it been?
It's been fun. It's all right.
And where were you before?
Philadelphia.
Nice.
Philadelphia ruled. It was fun.
Is it like it's fun? One being from like an LA guy and from like the store, and then coming and one meeting everybody.
Yeah.
And then also just kind of meeting like because it's like all the huge guys, right?
Yeah.
And then you get to meet like the guys that are like kind of like RL level.
The
and
guy that they brought with him. Yeah, dude, I get it.
That's hilarious. But also, it's one of those things that like those guys bring funny people.
Yeah.
So I also when I get introduced to people they fuck with, it's like, all right, cool. Like I know this person's obviously validated. There's something funny about this person. And then the interactions I've had with you, Gardini, and Nate have all been very, very fun and cool. And like it feels like I'm hanging out with comics that I would have met in Los Angeles, like just at a club there or like at a festival or someone else where you find this like kinship, you know? So how has it been coming here and getting to meet everybody and also like coming up in this scene?
Yeah, it's actually kind of nice. I will tell everyone the stage time is a lie. It's not as much stage time as they make it seem online, but
What are you doing? Shut the fuck out, dog. It's all I've got.
it'll be fine. It is fine. It's fun. It's so fun. I try not to drink every night again anymore.
And I don't know, were you ever a big drinker or?
Yeah, I've been on a 3-year bender.
No, I get it, dude. When I was working at the store, it was just one of those things. It was like there's 3 different bartenders. You walk up, you get a shot, walk to another bartender, get another shot, walk to another bartender, get another shot.
Yeah.
So by the end of the night, you were doing 8 shots.
Yeah, just wobble.
And then it's 5 shifts every week, and then fucking in a month you're a fucking full blown alcoholic.
Yeah.
So it is definitely like I get that, like having to like be aware and be like, because you can't get lost in the sauce, and then it gets like bad.
Yeah.
So it's like I respect that. It's easier to like just be a stoner and fucking eat a bunch of bad food.
Yeah.
Die from it later. You know what I mean?
Die from it later. I'm just trying to like, I don't know. I think I got overwhelmed socially at first, and then like now I'm figuring it out for myself, so I know how to. Now I don't need to drink as much.
No, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you also got to understand. It's like where you are at now. I totally understand.
Yeah.
It's the pressure. It's such a big place. It's fucking Adam. It's all these things. It's all these moving parts. But it's also like you're in at such a beautiful, fun time, and you're at a time where like tradition is being built and history is being written with this club because it's like what, a year and a half in or open. So it's yeah,
it's only been like a year and a half.
That's
crazy.
Dude.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
So it's like it's still such a community, and if it's anything like the store, it is a family.
Yeah,
and you're gonna be like. You're going to be fine. Eventually, in a couple months or a year, that's all going to go away, and you're going to fucking feel so comfortable on that stage, and it's a lot of shit's going to change.
Yeah.
But I totally
get
like
a hoot, though. It's still been a hoot.
It's so fucking fun, right? It does feel like college, where it's like you do have those moments of being like, fuck, I got to grow and all these pains and shit.
Yeah, and I'm spending 3,000 hours on video games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is also the tough part is like balancing, because when I get home, you can ask my wife, I sit and play video games.
Yeah.
And then I'll do like 1 or 2 spots. And then when I come here, it's just spots.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's a different.
It's nice.
What's the game you're playing?
Right now, you ever heard of RimWorld?
Yes. I see it on my, on my download, like on my suggestions all the time. And I haven't played it. What, is it good?
I like it a lot. It's not like, I don't know. It's just like a game where you sit and then you just watch the guys do stuff. It's kind of like Sims.
Wait, I am all about that. I love. Is it like an RTS city simulator builder?
Yes, but like you're building from nothing. Like you're in a spaceship. You get 3 people. Their spaceship crash lands onto this planet, and then you have to start building and saving, and then making sure you're safe.
I fucking love that
rules,
so much, dude.
It fucking rules.
So there's a game I play called Stellaris.
Yes.
Have you played that?
No, but I see it. I know. It's same situation.
Yeah. So I haven't told my wife yet, but I spent about $130 on all the DLCs, and I've been playing it like crazy. And then another game that I've been playing that's really fun is called Frostpunk. Have you ever heard of it?
I've heard of that one too. Is that one? That one's that's top down though, right?
So
RTS?
yeah, it's top down, but now the new one they just came out with, you can like actually like move around and it's like better views, and it's a real fun game. The first game, it's all just about surviving the elements. So basically the like global warming, whatever, everything freezes over.
Yeah,
there's these generators. You got to keep them, like you got to get all these resources. So like the weather's constantly killing you and your people, and then. The first game, there's not really winning.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like you're surviving.
Dude, yes.
And it's so good. And then the sequel only makes it even bigger.
Yeah.
And then you have to deal with like factions and political groups and still like having to like juggle technology and all this stuff. And then you have to like explore and then also build another city. So you're like juggling all these things. And it's like really fun and unforgiving. Like
Did they figure out how to make you win? Is there a way to win, or is it just surviving again?
It's less about winning and more like, you got
how long you can play.
Yeah, your guy survives.
You gotta play until the colony gets destroyed.
Or it becomes stable, and then like, it's so fun.
Yeah, when it gets boring, you're like, all right, time to start a new one.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, that's probably gonna be me tonight.
Dude, dude, yeah, I'm probably gonna. I think I'm gonna go download it on my fucking. What do you play on PC?
PC, yeah.
I'm thinking about getting a rig finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you play on?
I have an Xbox and PlayStation.
Okay.
Both the.
Brother, it's time for a rig.
Yeah, I know.
You get the rig, you don't even need the Xbox or PlayStation anymore.
Yeah, but if I get a rig, I would have to get a rig out here.
Yeah.
Because then it's like that's something I can play and just have something to do out here, right? That's fine. If I get it out in LA, I feel like I'm never leaving LA.
I'm cooked.
I'm fucking never leaving LA.
Yeah.
It's easier to have the systems over there because then it's like there's times where I'll play and I'll get bored.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, well, I'm just not gonna play.
Yeah.
Whereas like a PC, it's like, well, I'm not gonna play. Well, I'm just gonna fuck around and do some other shit.
Watch some YouTube.
I'm gonna jack off. You know what I mean? Fun stuff. Oh my god.
Dude, I don't know if there's some. I don't know if anyone knows, but like, you remember the porn ban? They had a porn ban. They blocked like red gifts and stuff. Erome or Arrow Me out here. They're back though. They're back, dude. Shout out Trump. He brought back the porn websites.
Wait, he brought them back?
No, but they came back. The companies must be like, fuck it, dude.
No. Well, I mean, not that I know, but I heard that you couldn't watch Pornhub, but you could still get to like, X videos.
I can still confirm
you
can't watch Pornhub anymore.
Yeah, you can't watch Pornhub.
No, Pornhub's still going. I'm going to check right now at the moment. This is for research purposes.
He just starts playing the video at full blast.
Oh, yeah.
You got to make sure the audio still works. My dad's walked in on me jerking off only once in my life, and it was the worst experience of my life.
Yeah.
Because he kept making jokes about it, and I hated it forever. Ever happen to you? Anyone you ever get walked in on?
I think my mom caught me once, but she told my dad. Which is like she's like, what do you want me to clean? Yeah. That's probably the worst thing. And I became very secretive about my jerking off.
That is always funny too, where you're just like, now it's almost like you're the fucking Batman and jerking off, and you gotta go like pull a clock thing and then go downstairs and fucking like, make sure you
Oh, you know what it was? It wasn't even. It was probably because I was in the attic and it was like right over my mom's room. It's like, this boy needs to chill, dude.
This boy needs to chill, dude. Oh my god, that is so fucking funny. Oh my god, that cracks me up so much. But so all right, so aside from the video games, you've so in the RimWorld, is there any other like things you've been really into, like any like nerd stuff that like has been coming back for you? Because I've just started getting back into Pokemon cards.
Yeah. Oh, brother, I had to stop collecting cards. I was collecting One Piece cards for a little bit.
Dude, I've seen how crazy that shit gets.
Yeah.
And also like those pools are like worth a lot.
Dude, yes.
So what are the packs expensive, or are they just like they've only printed a certain amount? Like what is
it's the packs are expensive. It's like $10 a pack, $8 a pack. Yeah. $8 might be $5. No, that's Yu-Gi-Oh. But I had to stop. I started buying Pokemon cards too. I can't get a new thing where I start buying more stuff. I have a I have a couple boxes at the house. I have 2 books already, and I'm like, no, like, stop spending money like this.
How much are they worth? Anything?
I have like 2 or 3 that are worth something, but one's like $100 and one's like $80. It's nothing too crazy. Yeah.
How much have you spent on all the Pokemon
cards? I've probably spent like easily
over those, like at least more than what those are worth.
Yeah, more than what those are worth. Yeah.
I think of it like gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was just like, this is money I'm playing, and then you're just pulling the cards, and you're like, oh, okay, this could be worth something,
Dude,
could be not.
Everything is gambling now.
Oh, absolutely.
Can't get away from it.
It's crazy. It's like that South Park episode of like freemium gaming.
Yeah.
It really feels like that. Like there's always some kind of like money, like you can pay to play for some shit.
Life is a freemium game, dude.
Oh.
Make that song. Let's make a hit.
All right, you ready to get to the questions, babe?
Yeah. Ooh.
All right. So this is the second time we've been able to have the Question Master in the studio. The Question Master,
the QM.
Nicknamed by Matt McCusker. So my wife's a therapist, and she's written some fun questions. Nothing crazy, but just it'll be.
Hey, is that why you fucking tried to be my friend up there so she get questions? Fuck, dude. The hell. I didn't know I was being set up.
Your family's here. They're going to go walk right in. All right, go ahead.
No.
What do you think the current state of your home says about you?
Right now, all right. Ultimately, I don't have a home. Ultimately, it's very, I'm very chaotic right now. My car's a mess. My home's non-existent. So yeah, it's messy right now. Yeah.
What kind of
that good answer?
That was a great answer. Yeah. So what are you crashing right now?
Yeah, I'm just staying with Shane.
Oh no, no, I get it, dude. I mean, dude, I'm staying literally right now with Matt and Wolfie.
Yeah,
most of the time that I was here is because of Matt and Wolfie.
Yeah,
like it's funny that some people get weird or look down on like someone helping someone when literally this is what this is all about.
Yeah,
like I truly couldn't have been here without Matt and Wolfie, and then even before that, I couldn't have been here without half of the people at the mothership.
Yeah,
so it's like, if anyone ever gives you shit for like being a friend of somebody, it doesn't. All they're complaining about is just the fact that they're not them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, if I'll tell you this and be 100% honest. Like a year and a half ago, before I really started coming here, I was fucking just like barely getting by. Like I would put all my money into getting flights to come to Texas to just be around here because I knew something was happening.
Yeah,
and it just felt like that. And then now, after a year and a half, it's finally paying off. And it's like, I'm working more. I'm doing all these things. But it's like, I couldn't have done this without people like Matt and Wolfie to let me have a place to crash. Or people like Tony, who've given me so much. People like fucking Joe or Brian Simpson or like all these people. So it's like, don't ever like feel weird.
Yeah.
And I know it's a lot of like inside shit for sure.
Yeah.
But it's like, Doug, you're fucking among family.
Yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah.
All right. I hope that helped.
Well, it's still messy. It's actually messy right now. I didn't clean up before I left.
Oh, okay. What's the messiest thing about it? Because by the way, she fucking hates me. I am a mess. Yeah. How did you describe it, babe? You described it like when I die. It's like when someone died in a video game and drops all their inventory.
Yeah,
like that. Like
when you get home from like somewhere.
Yeah. It's just, dude, I fucking explode.
You just drop items.
Absolutely.
There's like just a trail of stuff leading from the door to wherever he has decided to park it for the the next couple hours.
Yeah. It's a trail of treats, so you can walk back. Like I don't got to go that far.
Oh my. Oh my god, that's so great.
Oh, it's just cans and stuff. That's just like cans, and trash bags. I gotta throw that stuff out.
Oh my god, that's so Hannah, what's the worst you think it's ever been? Like, because like it's so I'll leave.
Yeah.
Right, and then she'll have a week of just it to herself, and then she'll get the apartment to kind of like what it would be like if I'm just never existed.
Yeah.
And then I come home and I'm like, ugh. And then I just, after 3 days,
Immediately.
This
doesn't
It's
go
trash.
here.
Yeah.
it's just a fucking layer of Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the paper plate on the countertop. I know I used it and it goes in the trash, but I'm going to leave it here because maybe I want to use it again.
Yep.
I'm trying to recycle.
Yeah, there's still a little piece that hasn't been used. I gotta use that part.
Yeah, it's not covered in ketchup. We just over there.
What's the worst, like, you've walked in and been like, what the fuck?
Oh, my dude, Pete.
It-
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I want to hear it too.
It was, I think, when I went out of town and came back and like was just like, this is what you live like when I'm not here. Like, oh my God, you're like a goblin. You're like a little goblin man, like with just living in your own filth. It was crazy.
How long were you gone for?
Like maybe 2 nights.
Dude.
It was not long at
But
all.
wait, how bad was it? Were you just like, what was everywhere?
It's
Just
food, clothes,
soda
trash.
cans.
Mhm. Pretty sure I came home. He was just in his underwear. Like, yeah.
All right. There, you can. All right, if you want to tell them, you can, because this is also pretty funny. Sometimes you've come home, and what have you found on the dresser or like in the bed?
Oh, lube. I was like, look, dude, like, you do you, whatever, but can you like pick up after yourself?
Where you forget, you got to hide the
But, like,
evidence.
where do you put lube?
What do you mean in the drawer where it belongs?
I mean, I'm gonna use it again.
Yeah, no, of course, but it's like if you're in a relationship, obviously, like you jerk off, you put the lube, and then it's kind of like, all right, you don't know that I did the do,
Yeah.
and then it's just kind of like,
But wait, you're supposed to hide that?
you're not supposed to hide that. It's just courteous. You know what I mean?
It's like you weren't
Been
here. I had to take
single
care of
a long
myself.
time. So.
Right? Isn't that like a courteous kind of rule?
Yeah.
Are you? I mean, you don't have to tell them, but do you? Does your wife know you jerk off, or do you hide the fact you jerk off from her?
She knows.
She knows.
Yeah.
Has she ever caught you?
She'll knock on the door and be like, quit jacking off.
Dude, I get it. You can't let your babe know you're beating off.
Yeah.
If you take a particularly long shower, I'll usually ask you like in great detail about how it was because I know what you've been doing.
Well, I like.
It's a bad shower.
I also know when you're done because music starts playing.
Dude, you gotta get
I do play music on Spotify.
Dude, you're getting an iPod Touch so you can play music the whole time or something.
That is also so funny. I also, as I jerk off in my head, I'm like, what? That is a good point. I was like, in my head, I'm like, she's gonna know that, like, because you're watching on your phone and then you go to the Spotify. It's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny.
Dude, I bet.
You're like, up me came.
That's so
and then
funny.
and all you hear is just fucking, they not like us. Mustard.
Squabble up.
Oh my God, that's so fucking funny. Oh God. All right, go ahead.
When we were
Oh wait. Sorry, you had brought up. You said the worst room you've ever seen.
He wasn't the worst. My boy Pete, his room was nasty, dude. He had like a layer of just all trash. Like Mountain Dew cans, guts, ash, like all trash.
Where you're like, how does it get this bad? That's
like,
crazy.
Yeah, it's like, bro, are you fucking tornado? Like, what the hell?
Dude, one of the worst ones I ever saw was, I remember it was so we were at my friend's house, right? And we're all playing. It was like, in your high school, you all play video games, all that shit.
Yeah.
So we all went to his house to play video games. And we're all sitting there. My friend's drinking a soda, right? He puts it on his windowsill, where next to his bed, because we're all kind of like sitting on his bed playing video games. Puts it on his windowsill, and then we're playing games, and then he goes to grab a Dr. Pepper to drink, and he grabs a different Dr. Pepper that had been there for fucking ever. So my friend drinks it, realizes it, and just immediately spits it out. He's just like just fucking gagging, right? And there's a rag on my friend's dresser, and he grabs it and he just starts spitting in it and just like wiping his tongue. And our friend immediately starts laughing, and we're just like, "Why is he laughing?" And he turns and he just goes,
Oh.
"Yeah."
That's a dirty, dirty room.
Yeah, that was a dirty guy too. He's a father with kids now. He's a good dad. Yeah, that's the good old man. I'm not gonna say his name, but yeah, he's a good man, dude. I see him and I'm like, I look at him and I'm like, dude, it's crazy. You're like a father that like teaches his kids, like I think he coaches like football, all this stuff, because he was a jock when I was in high school. But I very vividly remember. He goes, oh, hell yeah, dude. It's fucking toss a freshman in a trash can day. And we were like, ha, 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 ha. And then a freshman walks by, and I swear to God, he picks him up and just threw him in a trash can. He was like literally, he was like a bully that you heard from the movies. Dude. It was, and thank God he was my friend. Because it was.
You know what that means? You were a bully too. By association.
Yeah, bully
dude.
by association, definitely.
Dude,
really?
He literally picked the kid up and threw him in the trash can and went, ha 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 ha.
And then what did you do about it? What did you do about it?
Yeah, I remember we were all sitting once and then.
Dude, you're in like an anime high school bully gang.
Just the fat guy in the corner. There's the same guy. One time, he comes up and these two freshmen are following him everywhere. And we're just like, finally, we're like, why are these freshmen following you? And my friend Elise goes, dude, get these kids out of here. And he goes, oh, fine. Reaches into his pants, into where his underwear are, grabs their lanyards from his fucking underneath his ball sack, right? And he gives it to him. And then he goes, you guys thank Elise for telling me to give you your lanyards back. And they go, thank you, Elise. And then they leave.
Yeah. Why were they following for the? Didn't they know they could get more? Like,
yeah, they could have just went and got other lanyards.
They got more lanyards.
I think it cost money.
Oh, okay.
And then I remember one time we also, for some reason,
California high school.
Hell yeah, dude. Our friend Elise, his parents owned a pizza place, and when you own a restaurant, you get like your own. You get like it's like a Costco card, but for like restaurants. You can go and you buy like. It's like its own private, like Costco, but for like, you know.
Like the restaurant depot.
Yeah, the restaurant depot. So it's like all the shit, like in big bulk, right? So I remember we got to go, and we literally just fucking bought a bunch of fucking meat. We bought a bunch of like huge, those big, I guess it's not a gallon, but like those big buckets that they have at 31 Flavors, right? Those big things. Like
the ice cream?
Yeah, it was a huge one. And then we just fucking started grilling meat at lunch. And the principal came and was just like, what is it? What are you guys doing? We're just kind of grilling. And then they were just like, you guys can't do that. And they were like, why not? Is there like it's not like a rule book that we can't like cook food? And the principal was like, actually, you're right. There is no rule that you guys can't do this. He goes, but can you just let me know next time? And you know, he's like, I can't have you giving out food to other students. Blah blah blah. It's got to be like, and we're like, all right, cool. And then we just served ice cream to everybody.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That rules. Dude, you guys are winning everybody over.
After we fucking beat the shit out of everybody. All
right. When you were a kid, was there a fictional character you wanted to be when you got older, and do you still look up to that character?
Yeah. It's Majin Buu. It's Majin Buu. It has to be Majin Buu.
Why Majin Buu?
He's strong. He doesn't have to be smart. And he's innocent. It's just innocence.
You know what? I will give you that. Majin Buu is an evil bad guy from Dragon Ball Z.
He wasn't evil.
He wasn't evil.
He had evil inside of him. Then he fucking got rid of it.
Oh, did he get rid of it?
Yeah, that's became Super Buu. Started, brother.
What was the arc of Buu?
It was the one with Majin Vegeta where he where he blew himself up and stuff.
Did you ever cry during the Dragon Ball Z?
No, Dragon Ball Z is not a cry one, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe for a child when you're like going through kid shit, you know? If you're a kid, Dragon Ball Z is a cry anime for sure. Like I cried during, you ever watch My Hero Academia?
Yeah.
That one fucking gets the tears out of you.
Yeah.
That one works them out, dude. That's a good one.
Princess Mononoke made me cry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
that was a good one.
And you're like, why do I care so much about this fucking wolf?
Damn, dude, the forest spirit. I loved Evangelion. When I was in middle school and high school, I started kind of to watch it, and I remember being that age and being like, I'm way too young to know what any of this shit is. Like, I know this is sick, and I know it's cool, but I know these are dealing with. I was like, these are subjects I'm too young to understand. I was like, this is some heavy shit. And then it wasn't until later that like I read up on the guy and it was like, oh yeah, that guy was going through severe depression and like dealing with crazy shit, and then also making a hit anime.
Yeah, that's very bleak.
Yeah,
it's the most bleak show in the world.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it also talks about like how the reason anime is like that is because of what we did to them.
Yeah.
It was like once we dropped those bombs, like if you look at like most animes, there's always like a storyline of like some kind of crazy thing that like destroyed the world or like reinvented or like reimagined, and it's usually like it symbolizes what.
Well, also
happened.
They needed it. They were being wild over there. Nobody ever talks about how crazy Japan was being during World War II. Japan was nuts in World War II.
They were getting kind of crazy. Dude, you sound exactly like my grandfather. He was military. He was in the Navy. And dude, one of my favorite fucking things he ever said to me once, we were just chilling and we were watching a documentary on World War II. And then he looks at me and he goes, you know we had to drop that bomb, right? And I was like, what? And he goes, they were eating their babies, dog. We had to do something. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Dude, they were eating Chinese babies, dude. The Japanese people, dude, the raping Ant King. Oh my god.
Yeah,
dude.
it was the raping Ant King. Yeah,
dude, they were going ham. They were going nuts, dude. They hit Oni mode. They were fucking full demon mode. They turned Marilyn Manson real quick.
Isn't it great? Like, it is also getting so far away from history now that we're like, when we talk about it, people are like, oh, well, and then it's also like, well, you also understand how crazy it was back then.
Yeah.
And history is important to know because it's like, even though it happened back then, it doesn't mean it's going to happen again. But we should also be aware of it because, you know, what was the quote you told me?
What?
It was something about Japanese people being evil. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. No, it was about the importance of learning history because you would always watch the world, your documentaries. She's an old woman. Or an old man on the inside. She'll be watching so many random documentaries about war, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, you have to know where you've been in order to know where you're going, you know, and like
that's it.
Like if you look at history, like there's these like cycles, right? Yeah. And a lot of it is kind of rooted in like the same ideology, and it's just repackaged and, you know, specific to whatever time that is. Like Ronald Reagan was saying a lot of the same things that like Donald Trump is, but also he had Roger Stone, and Roger Stone did, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's stuff like that, and I think it's just really important, especially when it comes to like the military and wartime and stuff. Yeah, you know. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, what were you saying about the Japanese people the other day?
It wasn't Japanese people; it was Vietnamese people.
Dog, we lost that one.
Dog, whenever I get her to fucking like finally like crack a joke, it is so fucking funny because her family is all very polite, sweet, very not to say like woke people, but like liberal, like they're very kind-hearted people. Yeah, and then so it's like getting them to finally.
I feel like they might still have guns though.
No, they don't. They don't. No, they got chainsaws.
The ones in the South do.
The ones in the South. Oh no, she's got family members that absolutely I can't meet. Yeah. Like they got some distant cousins that do not like my kind. So, yeah, exactly. Yeah. But
I don't know, man. All right. I'm gonna say it. I think racism definitely exists.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like the internet and reels has made like, if you want to be a racist, you have to have a very racist algorithm. Because if you don't, you're going to love anybody you accidentally talk about. Like, you know, because you're like, fucking black people, your phone hears that shit. It's going to show you a bunch of videos of black kids and you're going to be like, fuck. You know? Like, you know what I mean?
It's going to show you all the fun stuff about like, yeah.
You know? Because I always talk about Chinese people, and my phone has been showing me some crazy Chinese shit, and now I'm like, I fucking love those motherfuckers. I miss Chinese people. Why isn't there Chinese people in Texas, dude? The hell did you guys do?
You know why there's no Chinese people.
They're in Cedar Park.
Where's Cedar Park?
Up
That's
north.
up north.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I remember I was driving with someone and they were like, I was like, oh, this is kind of a nice neighborhood. And they're like, oh, this is kind of ghetto, but the apartments are a lot cheaper over here. And then I found out a bunch of my friends live kind of in that area. And then I also found out it's just a working class Mexican neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
So whoever I was talking to, I was like, oh, you just, okay, that's fine. Yeah. Anytime someone's like, this area is ghetto, I look around, I'm like, this just looks like where I grew up.
This looks pretty nice, actually.
Yeah, this is pretty fucking sweet.
There's no big open fields. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. No big open fields where houses used to be. It's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. What is one meaningful piece of advice you've gotten in your life, and how do you feel like it's been meaningful?
Now, it'll be okay, and it'll always be okay. Yeah. It's been meaningful because, like, not to child essay it, but, like, it's been meaningful because, like, I don't know. Things have been shaky all the time. It's always, things might seem bad, but it's always okay because it's always been okay. For me, at least. And I feel like for most people. I feel like for us, you know. But, yeah, that's it. Close.
The end.
Wild.
The end.
Oh man, this is so much fun. This has just been cool to sit down and finally like get to talk to you and shoot the shit.
I talked to you too.
Yeah. This has been a lot of fun. You've gotten a few more questions?
Yeah, I got one more.
Hell yeah.
What's something you value but struggle to actually live by?
Value, but there's I don't know. I kind of like I don't know.
Like an example was like we did this question with Hassan and he said like honesty, and it's something that he like it is really important to him, but just he finds it very difficult because he doesn't like confrontation.
Yeah. Honestly, that's a good answer. I wish I could take it.
I feel like it's a common one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. I just want to be true to myself. That's the hard thing because I don't know. I can't control what's happening around me, but I can control what's happening from my end. Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard it said before. It's like you can't control what happens like to you, you know, and so you have to be the one thing you do have control over is how you respond to what happens to you. Like that's where the control lies. Yeah. You know, and when you feel like life is happening for you instead of to you. Yeah. You are much more like empowered and resilient to like move through whatever kind of comes your way.
Yeah. And that's how I feel when I play RimWorld. That's how I feel. Life's happening for me. I gotta go to the creek and eat some ice cream or something. The world's happening to me.
What is all right, this is a question that I do. Like, what is the cringiest thing you've seen happen to someone else?
Like in real life?
Sure, like a bomb or just someone like being embarrassed or just
like somebody like just eating shit on the street or you know.
Cringiest thing I ever seen in real. My brother, he's like bisexual, but like he tried to.
It's pretty cringy.
That's not even it. Don't let me get to the half of it. This is, I don't know if it's cringe or embarrassing, but I laughed at him. He went to a clearly straight bartender at Helium Comedy Club, and he wrote him a note. I've known this guy 30 years. His handwriting's dog shit. This is the prettiest his handwriting has ever. It was like cursive. It was like, I was like, what the hell is this?
He used a quill to write it.
Then he handed the paper to the man. He was like, hey, I think you're cute. We should hang out. Jabri. I was like, no, man.
Did he hand it to him? Like, okay. Yeah. So he handed it to him, watched him read it instead of saying the words out loud.
Yeah.
Just had to clarify.
No, it's okay. It was crazy. It was crazy. Then this I don't know if this is cringy, but this is when he told me he was like bisexual. Well, I knew, but he told me this is like how he like
Came out.
Yeah, a little bit. But all right. We're watching the Phillies in the World Series at a bar. It's called the Gym. Good Chinese food and the bar. It's crazy. I don't know. I thought it was crazy. But we're watching the Phillies. He is a high life. He's drinking it, and it starts to foam, you know. And then he takes it a little too far back, you know. he almost hit the base of his bottle. It was too far. And I was like looking at him like, why did you do that? That was unnecessary. Like, you don't have to take it to the base, bro. And he was like, I'm some type of, I got to tell you this, LeMaire, I'm some type of natural born throat goat. And I was like, all right, I got to go. I got to go, dude.
Epic.
It was epic. Yeah.
Dude, I remember the first time my mom had a gay coworker.
Yeah.
It was truly one of the funniest things I've ever experienced because she worked at AutoZone. He was a sweet guy. His name was Sam. And, he was just very cool, man. Always just cool with me. And I had to explain
gay guys can work on cars?
Yeah, I had to, yeah. That's what she said when she found out. He was like, can he work here? And I was like, yeah. What do you mean he can't work here? Like, he's not. He might fuck the exhaust, but that doesn't mean he's not gonna know how to put it back together. But it was just so funny because I had to explain to her. She didn't know what she was like. Yeah, Sam said mangina at work today, and I don't know what that means. And I had to explain to her what mangina meant.
Mother, have you heard of Boosie?
Yeah, I had to explain what Bussy was too. It was truly one of the funniest. Like I'd never been more excited in my life.
Dude, can you? I don't know if this is just the correlation I thought of. So. Ussy is like a noun, not a noun, but like you can add it on to another word.
Ussy, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like it's like it's like an ing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you could be like Clussy, fucking,
Bagussi.
Yeah, Bagussi, yeah. I think that's like related to the people's like elevated idea of gender and shit. Because like, pussy used to be like a full thing.
Yeah, it also used to be like a derogatory thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now it's kind of just like, I've been, I'm eating this bagel's Bagussi. You know what I mean? Like it becomes a celebratory thing. But I guess that's a lot of like just language and just the way things change.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just thinking there's like a relation.
Well, I mean, is there a dick version of that for food?
No. Glizz?
Glizzy's probably, glizzies, yeah. I've heard glizzy.
Choking on the glizzy.
I've heard glizzy, I've heard glizzy added to a lot of things, or izzy, or just kind of thing, yeah.
Dude, I was thinking, this is my last $1 billion idea I'm giving out for free. I swear to God. We should make a word stock market where you like invest in the word.
They have that. I think it's some kind of Google thing. But I don't know if it's the exact. I don't know if you can make money or if it's like some weird thing where it's like fake money or something.
Yeah.
Or you can get points or whatever the fuck. But I remember them actually betting yearly, or like you can like invest in like words and shit like that, and it'll track how many times it's been Googled in a year and all that shit.
Yeah, anybody invested in Fleek lost all their money.
That shit went way down.
I'm ruined.
No,
not Fleek.
It's like we're not letting you bring that back. All right, is there anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Yes. Please, Panties in the Mouth podcast. Check it out on everything, and then the shows. I'm doing shows. LeMaireLee.fun. Go check those out. My website. I don't know why that was so hard.
No, dude, it's so hard promoting yourself. I hate it. It's the toughest thing ever. And then it was also, my wife's just started doing stuff on TikTok about books, and it's so funny because she's just like, I feel embarrassed. I'm like, dog, look what I do every day. Like, you just gotta put yourself out there, and it sucks, but you know, we get to do the funnest shit in the world, dude.
We get to have a hoot.
This is so much fun.
Yeah.
It was a blast having you on. It's been great getting to know you and just hanging out at the Mitzies.
Thank you thank you for having me.
My pleasure, dude. Thank you, Puffco. Thank you, Kalia Extracts. Thank you, Comedy Frequency. Nailed it. Yeah, thank you guys. Have a good night. See you soon.
All right. Heck yeah. That was fun.